What's going on, everybody? I hope that you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you're listening to this video. And today, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I got caught by the cops while I was smoking. And I was also pretty drunk at the time, too, so it was kind of a bad situation. So, unlike most of my videos, this is a pretty recent story. This actually happened this weekend. So I'm telling you guys a really recent story. Most of them happened, most of the stories I've told have been my sophomore and freshman year mainly. But this video, 2022, hell yeah, first video, talking about 2022. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's get into this shit. So, this day started off pretty normal, pretty boring. I was pretty hungover from the night before. I had a pretty long night. I was out till like 3:30, just drinking, chilling, doing whatever. I wake up in the morning and I don't know why, but every time I'm hungover in the morning, I really like to read manga. I have no idea why, but fucking Vagabond when you're hungover is really fucking good because I don't know why, that shit makes me feel like I'm like smarter again. I don't know. It feels like it's bringing back my dead brain cells or some shit. So I'm just chilling. I read fucking Vagabond for a little bit. And then after a while, go to the gym, come back, gas, just have a chill ass day. And this night, I had nothing planned at all. But I knew I still wanted to do something. It was a Saturday night. The night before was a Friday. And I still had a whole night to myself, and I was trying to figure out what to do. So, at around like 6 o'clock, my friend who we're gonna call him Arson. My friend Arson hits me up and he's like, yo, let's go get beer, meet me in the gas station. And I'm like, alright, bet. He probably got moves or some shit. So we get to the gas station, pay him, go in, get the alk, and I have a fake, okay? I could have used it. He just offered to go in, alright? He offered to go in, so I didn't have to use mine. It's not like that, alright? It's not like that, guys. But he goes in, gets the alk, comes back. We got 24 ultras for 4 people right now. So, no matter what, we're having a good night, right? We got gas, we got Nick, we got alk. We're having a good night, right? So it turns out that Arson didn't actually have any moves. So we ended up just sitting at a gas station for a while, just thinking of something to do. Just naming different random places we could possibly go drink and where it would be safe to gas. So usually it's an outdoor place that we look for. If we don't really have anything to do that night, we just usually go drink and fucking smoke somewhere outdoors nice. Because we sort of live in like a coast area, so there's a decent amount of like islands we can get to on foot and kind of by car near us. So we can do that and just like there's a bunch of like public docks you can go to and stuff. On this night, we decide we're like, all right, fuck it. Let's just go to a dock and just drink and gas there and just do whatever. So we go there, we start drinking before we gas. I don't know why we chose to do this. Because usually I usually smoke, then drink, and then smoke like a lot later, like before I go to bed. But this night I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna just drink hella and then gas and just get fucking cross as hell. So we start downing these ultras. It's the 4 of us. We probably get through like 4 before one of the kids has to leave. And our other friends were coming and they didn't really like the kid that we were with, so that's kind of the reason he was leaving. But he was going to hang out with a friend, so we were going to start hanging out with different people. And our other friends pull up, then right when they get there, we start gassing and shit. We start pulling a few Jeeps, start drinking a little bit more. They have drink too, so they're just chilling with us, vibing. We're like 8 people deep right now. And then out of nowhere, some random ass kid who we did not know just pulls up. And he starts filling a water bottle up with a hose at the beginning of the dock. And we're really confused, and we're also really drunk, so we walk up to him and we're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, I'm just filling up a Jeep in this cup. So we're like, oh shit, they're gassing. And my friend, Arson actually knew these guys. So eventually Arson goes up to their car, starts talking to them nice, telling them we're gassing too. And I didn't even know this, so Arson just pulls up, walks back with a bong in his hand, and I'm like, what the fuck, how did you get that? And he was like, yeah, they let us use it. They had an extra. Who the fuck carries an extra bong in their car? Like, what is the point for that? But, so they had an extra bong, and they let us use it, so we were ripping the fuck out of that. Still drinking. I was probably about like 5, 6 deep at this point. in a number of ultras, so I was feeling pretty nice at the time. And after we were chilling there for a while, we decided we were like, we want to go somewhere different, or we decided that we want to leave. So we all leave. We go to a gas station, get some snacks, chill for a second, and then we're like, we don't really have much to do, so we're about to go home. And then I don't know how my drunk mind comes to this idea, but we all decide that we want to gas before we go home so we can be tired, even though we were just fucking smoking so much pot. We decide we're gonna go to a different island with a different dock for no reason whatsoever. All of us pull up there. It was like 4 different cars. We all park in there, walk up to the island, start gassing heavy. And we just chill there for a while. Start chilling there. We're chilling there for like about an hour, just doing some dumb shit, talking about old times, just doing whatever. Being cross as hell as any high school group would do. It's about 10:30 o'clock, and Arson and his friend decide that they have to leave. We're not really doing anything. We're done gassing. We just gassed so long. They don't really have much to do, so they decide they want to leave. So we're like, all right, I'll see you guys. They leave, and I pull final jeep of the night, and then I got a call from them. In the call, they're like, there's someone coming back there, and then they just hang up. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, is it just a person or what? Because they didn't say the police. I feel like they would have said the cops, but they didn't. So he called us and said that there were just people walking back there, so no one really freaked out. So we all just stayed there, didn't even put up our gas. I literally had my grinder out, the Jeep was out, everything was out. And then eventually we're like, that was probably a good sign to leave. We should probably leave right now because someone's probably coming back here. So we walk down off of the dock and we're getting ready to leave. And then literally right as we get down at the bottom of the dock, 2 flashlights pull up, and then out of the woods we see Arson and his other friend just walk out. Oh my god, my heart fucking dropped at this moment, dude. Holy shit. I was so cross at this point. I was probably like 9 beers deep, fucking like a million bong rips, a million jeebs in. I was just saucy at this point. And we definitely smelled like straight pot. My eyes were definitely red as a fucking orangutan's ass. And these cops are like, all right, everyone. I know. The cops were actually cool as fuck. He was like, one of them was like, he was like, man, I used to hate when cops did this shit to us. And he was just being cool as fuck. So they didn't really do anything. They just made the people who had their licenses give them to them. But I said I didn't have mine even though I did, just so they didn't have like my parents' contact information. All I had to give them because I didn't have it was my address and my name. So they haven't really done anything, and I'm assuming I'm fine. But so they take everyone's IDs and they're like, all right, guys, so time to go. Because apparently we were on private property, which I didn't even know. I didn't even know we were on private property, and that's actually why we had to leave. It's not because we were drinking or anything. So they just made us pour out the alcohol, and they were like, all right, guys, time to go. So we left. Then one thing occurs as we're walking away. So we're on the main path back, and then the cop from behind us says, if you've been drinking tonight, make sure you're not driving. And so we're all like, oh, fuck, because every single person there had been drinking besides like one kid. And I end up convincing that one kid to drive my car, but everyone else could have been fucked. But they didn't really stop us or anything, so we were fine. After that, got home, just fucking went to bed.